Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead reading for April 26th through May 2nd. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. This is intended to be an all-encompassing reading or a general reading, not just a romantic one. I mean, it might feature, but it's not only based on that. It's whatever shows up, that's what gets read. All right, so given that, if this is about a person, it may resonate with their moon, rising, or Venus sign. It could also be Cancer could also be your moon, rising, or Venus sign also for the watcher or viewer. Yes. All right. Cancer. What do we got here for Cancer? Weekly read. I have to remember that because I keep feeling like it's so much bigger than that. It's like, oh, it's only 7 days. It's only 7 days. Cancer. Winning. 6 of Wands. Enough said, right? There's your reading. 9 of Wands. Page of Swords. 3 of Swords. The Moon. That could be Pisces or Cancerian. Ooh, Queen. Look at all these swords. Queen of Swords. That could be Libra. 2 of Cups. What? Okay. That's nice that that's finally showing up, huh? All right, what do we got here? Okay, what's this Page of Swords about for Cancer? I'm going to try and keep this under, 10 minutes. What's this Page of Swords? Cancer. What's Page of Swords? King of Pentacles, that could be Virgo. It's just 3 of Swords. Queen of Cups, there you are. The Moon, what's this Moon card about? What's this Moon card about? Ace of Wands. Okay. Oopsie. Oopsie. Good gracious. What's this Queen of Swords about? Libra. For a second there, I was like, I thought this was the Star card. You know, it was like Ace of Wands and the Star. Oh my gosh, but it's Ace of Wands and the Moon card. What's this Queen of Swords? I'm glad the Queen of Swords showed up with this one right here. Because this is you, like, not, you're not. It's almost like, okay, I'll bite. What's around the green curtain? What's beyond this dark corner here? But this is you having your wits about you. This is you, like, I'm armed and I got a flashlight. So what do you got? Like, what's this Queen of Swords? Knight. Okay, got 2 swords. Knight of Swords. That could be Aquarius. This 9 of Wands about. So this is what's going on here then? This is you having to figure some things out. What's this disappointment in? Oh, do you have somebody coming in and you're just like, nope? What's this 9 of Wands about? Yeah, you got yourself a little fortress here. Knight of Wands. Okay, so that's Leo. Okay, 2 of Cups. What's this 2 of Cups? Ah, well, it's a choice. 8 of Wands. Okay, you know what? This is someone's coming in. But you're, yeah, because look, someone's coming in. Knight of Cups. You do you. But it looks like this newfound is like scaring the pants off you. It looks like this new sort of interest in someone is kind of scared. It's going to be real tough for you not to kind of stay. It's almost like this new opportunity comes along and you're not sure what to do with it because you're so used to winning lately and you're good, but then this new something comes along and there's this default to kind of not participate because you're still healing or you're still hurting, and it's like what if you did? What if you started talking to someone? What if you kind of were open to what, you know what I mean? Not the same person. I'm not talking, this is a new person. Honestly, this is a new person. I don't think this is an old person. This is a new person. It could even be a friend that you knew that is now starting to express interest, unexpectedly so. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm not done healing though. I have self-care, focus on self-care. I'm not done healing. And it doesn't have to be that big of a deal, but I think it spooks you. I think somebody new, being interested in you spooks you. And I think that it happens suddenly. We got the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords here. And so this happens and you're like everybody puckers, you know, and then it kind of dies down and the person's like, okay, wow, didn't mean to, you know, okay. And this person knows you, so they're not going to be mean or, you know, whatever. They're not going to handle it poorly, but it's a wake-up call for you. It's a wake-up call, and there's examining it afterwards. So this is you sitting pretty, doing your own thing, and kind of everything's going, and then somebody that you know expresses interest in you. It spooks you, you freak out, and you realize how far you've come, but it makes you feel like you have to go that much further because the thought of a new romance is like, "Ugh!" And yet you take it in stride, because when you unpucker and you come back down to earth, you're able to examine it and see it for what it is. And so you're not staying stuck. You're not staying in that sort of victim or that whole, I need to heal some. Okay, that might be true. You might need a couple more months. The last one was a doozy. You might need a couple more months, but you're going to own it. You're not going to stay stuck there and be like, I'm wounded. Yes, you're wounded, but you're also taking steps to manage that wound. You're not going to stay stuck there. And I'm not saying for you to not, I'm saying that's the rallying that you do. I think that you pleasantly surprise yourself, because I think the knee-jerk reaction is to, but then you turn around and go, wait a second, wait a minute. Okay, so I've come this far, and maybe I'm just not ready yet. Maybe I'm not still healing. Maybe I am, but maybe I'm just not ready yet, and that's my answer, and I'm okay with that. I think it just caught you off guard. You're kind of all over the place about it. Kind of like, wait, what? I need to think about this a little bit. I need to think about this a little bit. Got a lot going on. No, you don't, but still. I mean, work is good. Money's good. But this is just making you go like, oh my God, I need to go bake some cookies or something. You know? I'm not going to talk in circle. I know I talk a lot. And I know, and thank you. You've been very gracious in saying it's okay. I know that when I'm trying to understand something, I keep repeating it and I keep circling around it until I finally get it. But sometimes that's like 5 minutes, and that's a lot of talking. So, okay, all right. What else for Cancer? Now is a lucky time. Well, of course, because Cancer's in the room. Of course it is. Okay, so that is the rabbit's foot. I get it now. The rabbit's foot. Okay, it says rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. Yes, it is. And I think you're very protective of that winning streak, that lucky time. So you're like, I don't want anything disrupting it. Anything happens with work, I can handle it. But this whole love, this surprise interest from a friend, you're like, and I repeat, this is not an ex. This is not somebody that you have ill will, or not ill will, but that it's like a no-brainer. I'm not going back to that. This is not that. So whoever this new situation is, I think you're really protective of where you're at and the new you. And there's a bit of feeling like you backslid just because of the fear or that you might feel at this expressed interest, and then you rally. But you're still kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. You know what I mean? There's still that kind of shock there. That whole like, holy cow, I can't believe it happened, because you've been focused on yourself for a while, and not that that's a bad thing. It's not at anybody else's expense. You're just taking care of yourself and enjoying the time and, healing, right? And sometimes I think healing gets overused. Like people say, well, I'm still healing. And that just becomes their default. Instead of, no, I'm just single because I want to be single. It's like, I'm still healing. And there's nothing wrong with either. Just make sure, not just make sure. You do you, whatever. I I don't know. I just sometimes I think that people say that as another way of saying I'm single. They just don't maybe feel comfortable saying that they want to be single right now just because they want to be single. They don't need to be healing to want to be single. You know what I mean? Not saying that you're doing that. I'm just saying I hear that a lot, and it's like, well, what if you just wanted to be single? What if you just owned it? You know? All right. Okay. That's just my judginess, I guess. I don't mean it to be judgy. I feel like I want to. I said that because I however someone is, it's okay. There doesn't need to be this whole like, oh gosh, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be? No. Maybe you don't want to date yet. Maybe you are scared and don't want to date. What about that? What about you want to be single and you're still healing and you got a thing of cookies you want to make? And you know. Yeah. Oh, jeez. You see? I get on a high horse and I start going. What else for Cancer? Winning. Winning. Okay. So this is a Chariot. And it could be Cancerian. So we've got winning. And so this is you going and doing and not looking back, but this is on your mind. This offer, this new thing that you want to think a lot about first, and you really are protective of this lucky streak that you've been on, what you perceive as lucky. This is actually the new normal, but you still feel lucky, but the back of your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, really? But it's other than this, this week, this is you staying the course. This is you still doing your agenda, being in the driver's seat, being the champion of your life, maintaining your power, and being very protective of that. I like that, because then when something doesn't take you under, become all consuming, it gets to be fun. It gets to be kind of like that, oh my gosh, are you serious? You know, it doesn't have to be that, like where everything stops and you focus on that because that is all. It's not. Look at all that you've created and where you're at, and you don't want to give it up, and you shouldn't. So this can be incorporated into that, but you're still, and I remember this is only for the week, but this is still a week of winning and you going and doing and maintaining and doing you, but it's in the back of your mind. Okay, all right, shutting up. Oh, I gotta do the dice. Okay. Cancer. 9 of Wands again. It's so funny because before that came out, I was looking at these two right here, 9 of Wands and Knight of Wands. So this is kind of that fortress that you have around you, and you're really making sure that your agenda and your effort and your movement is protected and it's yours. But then this happens and it's a stutter step, and then there's a tendency to beat yourself up and feel like, oh man, I'm still the same. No, you're not. You're not. You've come far and you've done a lot and you're doing a lot, and you're not the same person. It feels like that though, because there's been a bit of a stretch without it. And it's going to feel weird and scary, and that's okay. But you're not jumping in. You're still doing you. You haven't lost any ground. It's just a stutter step. It's just something different and new, and something different and new. 9 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles. So this is you. This is basically you electing to stay disconnected and being kind of defensive. But it's coming from, I'm surprised this isn't reversed, because it's kind of coming from a place of fear, or like having your guard up and having that whole none shall pass energy. And it's like, well, why? Are you busy? None shall pass. Are you busy? None shall pass. You know what I mean? It's not like, no, I just don't want to date anybody or whatever reason. It's like killing the fly with a sledgehammer. So, staying staunchly disconnected and very protective. But it's something to think about, and it's something to think about. So there you go. Money's good. Effort and agenda is protected. But you're going to be thinking about this new thing coming in. And thankfully it's a friend, so you can kind of talk with them about like, well, just so you know, this is kind of okay. And they know you, they're going to probably have an idea of your situation or who you are in general, because they're a friend. They're somebody you know. So that's this week. I can't wait to see what happens next week. But because it looks like you kind of slam this, sledgehammer down, and then you backtrack a little bit and kind of explain yourself. But there's some internal, I don't know, beating yourself up or just kind of going back and forth with yourself about this. And that's okay. That's to be expected. It is what it is. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Other than that, it's a good week. It's just a stutter step. Romantic. Good God, brace yourself. Somebody's interested in you. Somebody new. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. You stay sane. It's all right. It's all right. It's just new. I hope this was helpful, and I don't mean to laugh at you, but it's kind of cute. I wish you a good week. Love and support to you. And you just keep doing you, because you're doing really well. All right. And don't you doubt yourself either. You got swords and you got a flashlight, so you're fine. You're going to be able to see this for what it is. It's just new, that's all. Hope to see you in the next reading. You have yourself a good week. I've way over talked, and thank you for stopping by. All right. Much love and support to you, Cancer. You take care.